We are live. Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. I am back with another miniature dollhouse build. And I shared earlier this week that these arrived, and I'm really excited about it. So, our options to make them were either this gingerbread house kit, or I have the other one right here, if I can grab it. So, the options were either this Hello Kitty gingerbread house kit or this Christmas Wonderland kit. So it's like this little Christmas themed shop. And y'all voted for the Hello Kitty gingerbread house kit, which frankly was the one I was hoping for. So yay. So I'm really excited to do this one. Hey Addison, welcome. And like, how cute is this box as well? Like, I noticed that it has a to from. Oh, there we go, in the camera, so that you can just like write as a gift directly on the box. And I thought that was such a cute little idea. But as you can see, this one is 266 pieces. I don't remember what the last Hello Kitty kit was and like how big that one was, but yeah. So it's got all the pieces. I don't think this one comes with a little plastic figure of Hello Kitty, but we've got some fun gems. Like, I thought this is such a cute idea. It has the little gems that you get to stick on like an actual gingerbread house in the end, and it lights up as well. So I'm excited to get started with this one. And so I figured we could just jump in, and I'm trying something new this time. So we're going without music to see how y'all like that. So let me know if you're like, no, bring back the music. But yeah, so that's what we're going with. Also forgot to mention the actual link. So link as always in the description. I've also dropped it in the chat. And then to make it easy, I'm like leaving this up here so y'all can see the code. So that way I don't like have to put it in the chat and then like pin it and stuff. So I figured this might be easier, but the brand is Handscraft. So like down here, Handscraft, there as well, handscraft.com, and you can use my code abcrafty for 15% off. But right now they are running their Black Friday deal, so I didn't think about like timing for this, but they're actually 20% off right now. So if you click the link through the chat or in the description, it's currently, I think until December 1st, everything is 20% off. And unfortunately my code doesn't stack, but it's at least 20% off instead of 15% off. So you get an additional 5% off. Yeah, no worries, Addison, no worries. I'm excited you can join. So let's just jump into it. So I'm gonna cut this guy open and ungracefully just slice across like that. But how was ever, for people in the US, how was everyone's Thanksgiving? We kept it pretty low key here in Nashville. Just had some friends over. Didn't make a turkey, we just made stuffing, and they brought some amazing sweet potato pie, not sweet potato pie, but like candied sweet potatoes, so like the marshmallow stuff, because my friend's from the Midwest, and I was so excited because I've never actually had sweet potatoes with marshmallows on it, so I was really excited that he brought that. And then he also brought like collard greens, which were really good, so that was fun. So popping in, it's the usual info, got all this stuff. And the way Handscraft does it is they use this tape. So this is like representing some tape here. I don't bother with the tape, I just use glue. Last time I think I used this one. So I used Aleene's glue, and I was talking to the company about it, and they actually suggested this glue, this Beacon 3-in-1. So I immediately went out to buy it, because if you all joined me for some build, like, I mean, at this point, it's probably like 2 months ago, but it was a Harry Potter little greenhouse build. And I absolutely loved the glue that came in that kit. And I have been on a mission to find that glue. And I thought that like this one, the Aleene's tacky glue, and clear specifically, was pretty close. But they suggested this one. And I think this is that glue. So I was so excited that they suggested this one, and they were asking me like if they should start recommending Aleene's. And I think it's like for different things they benefit. So yeah, I'm really excited about finding this glue because I think this is like as close as we can get, if not the exact same glue that came with that kit. And it's like super thick and tacky, and that's why I like this one. But this one can be stringy, and sometimes for like small little bits, it's not great. So like if you're putting like a little bead on something, this one can be better. But for this kit, because it's like simply putting like wooden pieces together, I am totally fine using either glue. Doesn't really matter for the purposes of this one. It's more for those like paper pieces, builds, and all of that stuff. This one can be better, but honestly for these kits, if you're gonna use glue, either of these is fine. So that is my spiel about glue, and I am so excited about finding this guy. Thank you to Handscraft and team for letting me know that that glue exists. But yeah, so we've got our instructions here. Going to set that to the side as we unbox everything. Ooh, this one comes in little baggies. So it looks like this one has a lot more extra stuff. Like, look at this tree. I don't even know, like, you can't even tell in here. It must be like all of the details inside. I don't know. Maybe that's what that is in there. So I guess we have a lot more details inside of this because it comes with a whole tree. And it looks like this is some felt pieces and some stars and ribbon. So you got some fun stuff in here that's not just like wood and paper. We've got our light up pieces. I don't know what this pink thing is. It's probably gonna be a lampshade or something. We have our screwdriver and tweezers included. And then we have the fun little gems that I was talking about. It looks like there's some beads here that might be ornaments for that tree. And then the tape that I mentioned, which I probably will not use. I prefer just using glue, but just know that it does come with tape. So you can use tape. It's all in one box. I just prefer using glue. And then this is all stuck in here. So we're gonna do a little flip to get that out. And I'm gonna toss this on the ground for now, which serves as my trash can until I clean it up after the fact. And let's get this guy sliced open. And as y'all join in, say hi in the chat. It's just me hanging out here, talking to myself. So I love when y'all chat in and just like tell me what's going on. How's it going? Just chat random stuff. So I'm not just talking to myself in my room alone. And I just realized that there is this here. Let's see what this does if I do that. Absolutely nothing. Cool. Just hoping that might peel it really nicely, but I guess not. Let's go ahead and open this guy up. It looks like this is our sandpaper in case anything needs sanding, which I don't think, maybe there was like one little piece that needed some sanding last time, but I love this brand because it has these really thick pieces. Like, look how thick this cardboard is. And not by cardboard, I think it's like, I guess it's like technically a cardboard, plywood, somewhere in between. I think it's like a plywood. But like, look how thick that is. So it's like nice big pieces. Olivia, hey, welcome. I'm doing well. How are you doing? I'm trying to do better with more frequent lives. So I'm glad you're joining this one earlier. Awesome. So we've got a bunch of pieces. Accidentally already just punched that piece out. Whoopsie doopsies. I'm gonna stick that back in there. And you can see, as usual, they're all labeled by, oh my gosh, now that one's going up. Okay, there we go. So this is our B sheet. We have our A sheet, and I'm gonna try and keep them organized. So A on top, then B. Then we've got, that's just gonna fall out, it's fine. This one looks like it's upside down. This looks like the back of everything. So if you flip it over, there we go, there is C. So let's put that under. And then, this is some big piece here. That's probably gonna be our base. Yes, it is. We'll put that to the side. And then we've got our paper pieces, which I love that it's punchies and not cutting stuff out. If you join me for past ones, I hate cutting stuff out. I do not like it. I need full concentration while doing it. So love that this brand, Handscraft, specifically does the punch out pieces, which is also just super satisfying to do. So pumped about that. We've got our little dots, which I will keep track of this time for our last Hello Kitty build. I lost these and they were like stuck under another piece, and that was great. So keeping an eye on these guys and setting those to the side. It looks like we've got double of these. Yeah, that was too funny. I like did the first day, I lost them and then couldn't find them. Spent like the evening and the morning trying to look for those pieces, and then in the middle of the build, we found them and it was stuck under another piece. I don't know why this is in plastic, but we've got some more punchies, it looks like, in plastic. I don't know. Cool. We can set that to the side. And let's make sure that that stays in view, hopefully, so y'all can see the code. If you're watching the playback, makes it easy rather than having to sift through chat or the description. But as always, linked in the description. The actual kit itself is linked in the description and linked in the chat. But otherwise, we can actually just jump into this guy. Let's see here. Okay. So we've got A2, A3, and A8, simple enough. Let's pop these guys out. A2, A3, and A8. There we go. And these are, ooh, I just noticed. I appreciate this so much that it tells you in the corner what you're making. I can't remember if the last kit did that or not, but I really appreciate that. So you know what is happening as we build it. I mean, there have been times as I make these, I'm like, I have no idea what I'm making as I go. And then I find out later, like, oh my gosh, I made a cake. Who knew? So cool. We are making a fireplace right now. No worries, Olivia. And we are, I guess I should have been paying attention. Oh no, it's written. I was going to say, pay attention to which was which on which side, but don't need to. Pop this guy in. And also, I just posted a new full-length video on my channel about a full wooden puzzle build from a different brand. So that's the Robotime brand. But I made a printing press, like a full working printing press. And so there's the entire build of that live on my channel. Just went live this morning. And I did it in like an ASMR style, so I'm not talking the whole time. And I'm very curious to see how y'all like the ASMR style. So after this, go watch that and let me know how you like that. But I was like pretty excited about doing like an entire full length build, purely ASMR, and like trying to get all the click sounds and like the sanding and everything. So I was really excited about it. And the kit itself, freaking amazing. Like I have an actual functioning printing press now. So really excited about that one. Okay, now it wants us to use the tape here, and we are grabbing F10, which I think is this plastic piece, yeah. For some reason, I still don't know why this is in here. Maybe it's like a thinner piece of paper, and so they're trying to protect it and not get it scratched or something. Let's get these guys out here. Ooh. This is like the most aggressive plastic bag I have ever experienced. My goodness. Oh my goodness, this is tissue paper. This is like thinner than printer paper. Not quite tissue paper, but getting there. So that makes sense. That's why that is like that. Cool. We've got our little fireplace visual. I'm gonna keep this to the side since it is, like I'm worried about these pieces here scratching it. So we will keep that to the other side. And it looks like we are flipping it over. That was fast, Olivia. Man, your phone restarts much faster than my phone. I'm like, I just have to set my phone down and come back to it. It takes that long. So we are putting this out here. And I am going to use this one. I did find, so comparing these glues, because I will talk about glue forever. If y'all ever want to chat glue, please let me know. Maybe I should do like an entire video on my favorite glues and like what I use each one for, but I'm glue obsessed pretty much. But I found that this one, the beacon one, works better for paper. Like this Aleene's can kind of show through, especially like thinner papers, and you can like see the glue marks, but this one worked better. So we are going to use this one for our little paper pieces here. And it wants us to glue all around here, all around the edge. Get into this. And I can slide this into here. I'm gonna flip it over to help line it up, though it's given a lot of wiggle room here. So there's no real wrong answer. Yeah, see, I kind of glued it sideways, but you can't really tell. And okay, what I love about this glue, like an ode to glue. Like I'm thinking like elementary school, like things you love, like an acrostic poem of like stuff you love. I need to do like an ode to glue. This one, it just like rolls off and like it's very satisfying to just like peel off your fingers and it like rolls into like a fun little ball. Delightful. Okay, this guy looks like we're setting it aside. And we are grabbing P12, which it looks like is a big piece of plastic or some kind of wire. I'm guessing that's what this is without these guys. There's nothing in this. Oh, we're cutting that. Okay, cool. Hey, William, welcome. And, ooh, I love, okay. This is amazing. I very much appreciate when the pages, if you're going to cut something, they'll often say like, okay, cut it to 3 centimeters. So in this case, it looks like we're cutting something to 1.5 or 1.5 inches. That's inches. Actually, that isn't anything. I don't know what that measurement is. That is not a centimeter or an inch, but let's just assume that those are inches. That they actually include a ruler so you can just line it up and cut it to that length. So that's what this one's doing, is it's a 1-to-1 ratio, so I can just line this up and cut it. But other kits don't do that, and I don't like it when they don't do that, because then I have to go get a ruler, which I don't do, and I just eyeball it. So I very much appreciate it when they, let me lift this up, when they include the actual ruler and print stuff to a 1-to-1 ratio. And I mean, we're still kind of eyeballing it here. There's that one. It looks like this one's a little bit longer. This is 2 of whatever this is. It is longer than a centimeter, but shorter than an inch. Very odd. And where did my first piece roll off to? Awesome, there it is. Let's put this guy back. Okay, and now got some wires. Looks like we have 2 sets of these, so we're starting with our first set. Let's unwrap this guy. There we go. And I'm guessing the light, that is what this is. Yes, the light goes on the bottom. It wants us to twist this up. I don't know why. I don't know why that matters. We're not going to do that for now. And then we are putting it through the smaller of these little plastikies. And that's all this is. It's like a straw, basically. Like you can see I'm squishing it. It's basically a little straw. I don't leave that there. I have to pay more attention to it. And pull that down. And where is this getting attached to? I don't know why it wants us to twist it. I'm not going to bother with that unless I feel like we need it eventually. I guess we're just doing it there. We need a 5. We have a bunch of these guys. Anytime it has a plus sign, that means there are extras of it. We don't know how many extra, but there are extra of those pieces, so you don't have to panic and go, oh no, I missed a piece. So actually, with the Hello Kitty kit, as I was cleaning stuff up, I realized I did miss a piece because there were actual pieces that I had missed. And apparently it was like part of the counter, but you wouldn't even know. So whoops with that. Okay, popping this guy there, and that'll secure it. And then let's bring this guy out. And pop this on top. Which direction does it go? Facing this way. It looks like, oh, I missed this. We're threading it through here. Oh, we need the other piece. Which, where did that roll off to? There it is. This guy's going on top. Be nice if I didn't skip as many steps as I tend to skip. That would be cool. But with me, it is inevitable that I will have to go back and realize that I missed something. I'm guessing it's my reading comprehension skills, which I always struggled with. As a kid, I had to take like a whole reading comprehension class because I did exactly what I'm doing now and just like skip words and read ahead. Like, I'm not patient enough for this. Which is why I always find it funny when sometimes y'all say that I'm patient, because I'm not. It cracks me up. Okay. I don't know what the point of these are. I mean, I understand that because it's like prevents it from like sliding around and it'll leave it there, but like, what's the point of this? Yeah. I don't know. And we're gonna turn this around, pop this on top. Maybe. Make sure it's all lined up. There we go. Nice. Okay. And now I am excited that we're already starting with our little details here. If I can find where B is. Let's put this guy here. Oh my goodness, all these pieces are popping out. Okay. Something just slid off to the ground. Oh, it's the... I'm gonna leave those there because they keep falling out and it's gonna be a pain in the butt. Same with this bottom piece. Leave that there. And we've got our little present. So this is where the details already come in. So we have our little Hello Kitty. It looks like a candle. How cute is that? And then look at these little presents. They have the Hello Kitty bow on them. Like, everything in these has some sort of Hello Kitty feature. And I freaking love it. That is so stinking cute. I was like, oh no, it's just like presents. But nope, of course, the bow is a Hello Kitty bow. Love that. And I don't know if the order matters, but we will match what they do. And pop the presents in there. Boo. There we go. Layton, oh my goodness, thank you so much. Oh, I am prepared for this. So I have these little temporary tattoo, like glitter marker things. So I am going to do that because last time the marker I used did not come off for 2 days. So hopefully a temporary tattoo marker will be better. And so this is what I'm doing. Anytime you guys send something in, we are going to get your name on my hand. And hopefully I can say this. Latron. There we go. Thank you. Ooh, that's a pretty blue. Oh my goodness, that's nice. It's like a shimmery. Can you all see that? I don't know if I'm doing it right. That is so pretty. Thank you, thank you. Olivia, you started crocheting, so fun. Also, you have a twin? Like, what? How have you never mentioned that? What the heck? Oh my goodness, are you identical? That's too funny. Yeah, also, my goodness, starting with a blanket, holy cow. See, you have way more patience than I do. Like with the whole diamond painting, like massive diamond painting kit. And the blanket, like I can't do big projects. So I very much admire you that you're doing a large project out the gate. Love that. We are grabbing D here, which is our first paper punchy piece. Like, this is so satisfying. I mean, it looks like a caterpillar, but oh, love that. Love that. My husband is the one who always loves punching pieces out. So it makes me happy that I actually get to punch these out, because if it's a game, like a board game, it's like his whole thing is he wants to punch out the pieces. So I don't get to punch out the pieces. I let him have it. So it's exciting right now that I get to punch out my own pieces. We got to put our garland here. Like, look at how nice this is. I mean, so the issue with this glue is the stringiness. That part does annoy me, but it is so tacky that it just sticks like almost instantly. And then, like I said, you gotta roll it off your fingers, and that's so much fun. And it just comes right off. Though this stuff apparently is like flammable and toxic and stuff, so FYI, maybe a do as I say, not as I do. Because it does have a whole bunch of warnings on it. Do not inhale, do not avoid prolonged contact with skin, eye contact, avoid that, etc., etc. So do as I say, not as I do. Wear gloves while using that glue. It's fine. I'm sure it's probably fine. Because like I roll it off like immediately. So I haven't had any issues yet. That's so funny. Oh my gosh, that's too funny. So you're not identical. That's too funny that you look like, it's so like not even your parents. Like you guys don't look like your parents, but your parents' siblings. Hilarious. Okay, next we are putting on our little stockings and some more bows. We got our little bows here. It's the little candies, the little peppermint candies inside. The details of these, I can't get over it. I'm like quickly falling for Hello Kitty with all the bow aesthetic and stuff and like the whimsy. I will say her style, love it. Like absolute fan, all of the candy themes, like I am here for it. Absolutely friggin' love it. The bows. Cute. So it looks like these guys, the bows are going on the sides. We'll do a dot there, and a dot here, and the stockings go on just somewhere in here. I'm gonna roll that little, there's like a little string. I'm gonna move that out the way. And then we can put our bows on. Stick that there. And the other side, whoop, as I drop it into my lap. That is fine. Put that one there. And then stocking one, maybe, oops. Bunny stars, I'm gonna have to Google that. I don't know what that is. I can drop that into Google Translate in a sec, and then I will be able to understand what you're saying. But I appreciate the heart. Give me one sec here. I'm gonna Google it. Let's copy paste this. Why would it not auto translate for me? That would be super helpful. Translate. Thanks. So they said cute. So that is, I was like, that looks like Japanese. Thank you. So she says kawaii. It is so cute, right? Like, look at those bows. And we have our little fireplace. There's still more. I'm like acting like we're done. There is still more to this fireplace. We are adding a gingerbread man and something else. Where did the gingerbread man go? Up here. We've got a little gingerbread man. And then this, what is this? It says Hello Kitty. Oh, I think it's like a cookie making kit, maybe? Maybe it's like well, this one says, because I'm like, she's in a little gingerbread outfit. There we go. And the gingerbread man is wearing the little bow with the peppermint on it. Oh, so cute. So cookie goes over here. And then whatever this is goes over here. I'm wondering even if it's like this kit or like another, like, and it's like super meta. Let's put this here. And it's like supposed to be this kit, you know? But I don't think it is because like it's not a gingerbread house. But maybe it's some other kit or it's like a cookie making kit. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. There is, yes, there is our fireplace with a massive cord dangling off of it. But you can set that to the side. Move that out the way. Okay. Now, table. Love it. Love the instructions on this one. A+. This one is better than the last Hello Kitty kit, even. Your knees are crocheting. Well, stop doing doing that. Just get off your knees. What are you doing? So we need B1. And then from C, whoop. I appreciate that this is just 3 blocks here so that I'm not going crazy at trying to find these pieces. Ooh. And it is much more manageable. Okay, this one is going through the smaller slot. Oh, that was nice. And through here. Wait, why are you on your knees crocheting? That's so funny. You know what's interesting is like I always work laying down, like at homework, studying, whatever it was, I tend to lay on the floor. So I'm wondering if it's like a similar thing that you're like working on your knees. In which case, totally get it. I am right there with you. Then, no, we have the punchy pieces, it looks like. C6 up here. And then it looks like we're gonna be making something, but look at this. It's like a gingerbread house drink. Can y'all see that? I'm like, yeah, there we go. How cute is that? Ugh. I don't know if it'll focus there. Ooh, there we go. There's a good view of it. Like, how stinking cute. Ugh. The level of detail is amazing. Manuela, exactly. Thank you. That is so cute. Hey, Quizmaster, welcome. Now we have F6 and B8. Ooh, I think we're making a book. We're gonna make a book here. So we've got the base of our book. And then if I grab this over here, we have our super thin punchy. I don't know why these are so thin. That is very odd to me. This is the thinnest paper known to man, but they have like these ones over here. So I don't know why the difference. But it looks like we are wrapping this around. I'm trying to think. Yes. Okay, so we're building this first. Yeah, I'm not crazy. And then I think I do this on this side. It's going on both sides. And we have a book of sweets. That's what this is. Let's slide that across. And trying to line this up a little bit better, as I have glue all over my hands. And trying to not get glue on the outside. There we go. Lovely. I know, Olivia, where is Zane? I'm right there with you. That's so funny. Y'all are like, last time he's like, where's Olivia? What's going on? Hopefully he is doing something fun this Saturday. Ooh, see, gotta roll all the goo off. And it's so nice. It comes off so easily. I love that. Ooh, it just slides right off. Though apparently it's still sticking to me. How cute. Little book of sweets. And it has like a frosting detail around it and like the gumdrops in the back. Like, oh my God, it has the publisher stuff that just says Hello Kitty Sanrio. Ugh, adorable. It looks like this is getting placed right on here next to our fun sweet treat. And just put that there. I guess that's some kind of angle. That looks good. I know, it's always you guys right at the start, and I love it. I get sad when you guys aren't there. I'm like, oh no, what's going on? I hope you guys are doing something fun at least. Okay, we have our table. Put that over there. I'm gonna grab a sip of water. And we have a sofa that we are making next, which they're calling a sofa. I call it a chair, but it's fine. And we are popping this guy out. Here we go. And then C13, we need 4 of these. Looks like these are table legs. And same thing with this, it has the plus sign, so you know that there are going to be extra pieces that are not going to be used. But it's nice to have in case something breaks. And then a 20, which I have definitely done before. Where is that? Ooh, this is like multi-piece. Like pieces inside pieces. It's like the inception of pieces. There we go. And apparently we didn't need these for a while, but oh well. P2, what is P? This, no, that is not P. What is P? Oh, I think that's a felt. Oh, that's so neat. Oh my gosh, it's a fully felt chair. How cute is this? Ooh, get the ribbon out, move that out the way. Like, look at this, it's super thick felt that we're making this chair out of. And for some reason, it wants me to add a bunch of glue to stuff. No, we're not gonna do that right now. We are just gonna pop out the pieces. Oh, I think we're just popping everything out. Ooh. Thanks, Manuela. Yeah, definitely, as Olivia said, and thank you, Olivia, always on it. I am not great about posting when I go live. I just go live. So you definitely sub if you want to keep watching these and find out when I'm actually going live, because this guy is going to be built over at least another session for sure. So it'll be a whole little mini series of build in this kit. Okay, I think we just, oh, that is much easier. I'm like trying to fold it this way, not going to happen. That way, super easy. So I think we're gluing it like this, and then on the inside, though, what is the point of that? Definitely this way. I don't know why we need glue that way though. Unless it does want us to do it like that. Doesn't make sense. That doesn't make any sense. But we do want glue there. So we can at least do this and put glue here, because that is logically what is making sense to me. I'm sort of ignoring where they're saying to put the tape. And we are just going to add glue as we go. Just gonna line that up. And hold it in place. I probably should have waited a sec for it to be tacky. But we can add glue to these. I think we're stacking these on top of each other. Looks like we are. Therefore, I'm trying to figure out, like, make sense of this. So it has it, like, put glue on the bottom of this and on the inside. Like, I don't know the point of that if we're just going to put these on top. So I think all I need to do is just put glue on the bottom, or just put glue on this, and that's just going to slide in there. Yeah, so that's silly. I don't know why it's bothering with that. Okay, but we can at least add glue for now, so that that starts getting tacky. And then we're going to put some on the inside, so that sticks to there. And I don't know how far out we need to go. I'll probably just add glue to the other side. That is almost done. I know, right? When Mr. Beast was on doing the tie-dye one, that was insane. And like none of us processed it in time. That's so cute. So did you get to like show off to your brother and be like, I was in a chat with Mr. Beast? Yeah. Because I 100% would have gloated. Yeah, that one still blows my mind. And will likely haunt me for the rest of time and keep me up at night. Not having any chill with that, not being prepared to respond like a normal human. That was too funny. Yeah. Okay, we are adding glue all the way to the top of this so that we can stick this other guy on top. And then we're making, see the chair coming together? Was I supposed to fold this over? I was supposed to fold this over. That's why we're adding glue. See, this is the problem of me skipping steps. Okay, it's fine. That's what's nice about this glue. It's super tacky, so it's going to stay tacky. And things can come apart if you need it to. So this makes a lot more sense. We are adding glue here because this flips over like that. And then it gets even more cushy with the next two cushions. There. Just lathering this glue on. And then we can slide that into there. And just hope everything stays together. There we go. There's our chair. Okay, I'm gonna hold this for a sec while I actually read the next instructions. So now we are gonna be putting the table together. Simple enough. And then we're adding adhesive dots. How does that work? Are they like double-sided somehow and I just didn't realize that? Double-sided adhesive dot, if I read it. See what I mean? If I read the actual instructions, all the information is provided. All the information is on the task. For those of you who watch Taskmaster. Any Taskmaster fans out there? Okay, now we can add these little legs, which I don't know which way it goes. I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters. Let's do it this way. That way the written side will be glued to the chair. Pop these guys in. Okay. I'm gonna move this out of the way because I feel like, is this a lot cleaner? Is that better if we're viewing stuff on a clean surface rather than the instructions in the background, or do y'all like seeing the instructions? I don't know which way this goes. I think it goes like this, yes. Just gonna put this covered in glue. And I'm gonna give that a second to get tacky while I find P18. What is P18? Is there something in another baggie that I'm missing? Let's see. P18 is a pillow. Where is a pillow? Oh, there is another bag. Okay. Because that has all of the bead pieces. There it is. So let's grab our little pillow. Oh, it's fuzzy. Aw, I wasn't expecting that. It's hard as a rock. Can y'all hear that? But it has a little fuzziness to it. That's so cute. Okay, we can put this on now that it's super tacky. So we have our little chair here coming together. There we go. And then let's see how these dots work. I didn't realize that these were double-sided. So let's try and peel off the other side of this somehow. I don't know how this is double-sided. I don't have nails. And like, why use these dots versus the other stuff? Like, they have the regular double-sided tape, so how are these dots different? I was thinking it was like a spacer or something. How the heck? Oh, there we go. So it is double-sided. Would you look at that? Who knew? Okay, let's see if this works. Oh, that's why. These are super strong. That is stuck to my finger. They are super duper strong. Yep, that'll do it. Let's see if I can peel this off. I'm gonna try and see how this works, but again, I just assume use glue. This for me is a pain in the butt. I don't have the nails to do this, so for me, it's a lot easier to just bust out some glue. Oh no! See what I mean? And now I'm like tearing this guy off. So I gotta fix this. So it's too aggressive in trying to get the double-sided tape, because the idea is we now put this back here. Yeah, I mean, it's sticking for sure. It's definitely sticking, but that is way more of a pain in the butt to me. So instead, for this guy, we've got our little gingerbread man. I am just going to put glue on the bottom of him. And we can get rid of this in-between line. And maybe put this like that. There we go. Lily, hey, glad you could join. There we go. Yeah, cute. That is gonna fall off. I'm going to add some glue to the back of this so that it can stick to the pillow and not fall. Yeah, that'll stick. Okay. So if we let that hang out there, hopefully it'll be fine. Hey, Violet. Welcome, welcome. No worries, Lily. I'm glad you could join, though. It's been a hot minute. And I think that's it for our chair. So next page. Ooh, we're building the tree. Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay. Complicated little tree. Okay, cut off the branches. Cut off the bottom 3 layers of branches with scissors. See what I mean? See, I go like cut off the branches. Yeah. Cut off the bottom 3 layers of branches with scissors. I guess there are just different. I assume just cut straight through it. I don't know why it has to. Oh, I see what it means. I get it. I get it. This is gonna make a mess. Awesome. Okay, so we are literally going to chop every one of these little things here. Gah! There's layer 1, layer 2, and then I guess, seriously, like the third, all 3? I guess so. That's what it wants. So we are gonna go around. Ah! This is ridiculous. Branches flying everywhere. Look at this. Ah! I am going to 100% watch the playback and this it's like flying everywhere to see what y'all see, because for me there's stuff flying all over the room, like several feet away from me. Things are just flying around. Fantastic. Okay, then we are cutting it down to, it looks like here, so I didn't need to cut all of those off. Oh my gosh, how are you supposed to cut this? There we go. Okay, well that was some effort. Let's pull this. Lily, how long am I staying for? Probably, so we're 50 minutes in, so I'm trying to keep it to an hour, so probably another like 10-15 minutes or so. Basically finding a good stopping point within that time frame. So now we are going to, wow, no, I cut a branch off. Oh well, we'll turn it the other way. I'm just trying to clean this bottom part up. There we go. feel like this would be easier to melt off rather than cut off if you have a like burning tool, like a wood burning tool. That would be ideal. I feel like that would be much easier. Okay, but now we have our little tree. That's better. I realized this might, there we go. Now there's a little more light for actually where I'm working. That might be better. Okay, and now we've got our little base. Pop that right out. Yeah, I'm going to find these branches forever, I'm pretty sure. Y'all can see the lovely mess back there. So hopefully I'll get that cleaned up before. Ridiculous. So we are gluing this in here. So I'm just gonna add like a ring of glue, just arbitrarily in there. And then slide this in. Try to shove that down in there. There we go. See? And I'm gonna push it down and hopefully that'll help it stay up. Keyword being hopefully. There we go. And now, let me pull this up. I just realized, no, that's fine. Okay, there we go. And we need our ribbon. Here is our ribbon. Cut the silk ribbon, wrap and stick. How, it just says 200. What the heck does that mean? 200 what? Because there's that ruler. I don't know what that means. It looks like we're scrunching up the ribbon in those places. Cut the silk ribbon, wrap and stick. Because see, it's like scrunched at those spots. So I'm thinking that might be what that means. And what I am going to do is just bring this to the top. What am I going to do with the scraps? Toss them probably. I don't know if there's anything I can really do with them, you know. I am open to ideas, but normally, yeah, I just toss those little bits. There, I mean, I definitely hoard craft supplies, but I do have to have a limit. Okay, I'm gonna take this out. Maybe it's like 200 millimeters. No, that doesn't seem right. Because I feel like this is basically 10 centimeters, so I don't know. And then it wants us to scrunch it up, I guess. Which I don't know. Let's try, let's see if I can do this with glue. Will it scrunch with the glue? Let's see. Like hold it? I don't know. I feel like I don't even want to do this part. This is not bringing me joy. Plus I don't like love the look of that. I don't know why we're scrunching it. So no, I'm skipping that. We're not gonna scrunch. Though there, I just did it. Well, now I did it, so. Sure, we will carry on. We will continue. Since I was able to just get it, let's just go ahead. But no, you don't have to do everything the instructions say. It is not a requirement. It is the way you want to make it. But now that I got it and that's gonna stay, I'd rather just keep going so it doesn't look weird. But I do need to find where I put the glue. There's one. And here's one. There's little spots here. Oh, there is a spot right there. Yeah. There we go. It definitely helps if you just let it stay tacky or like let it dry a little bit. Just for like, I don't know, 10, 30 seconds, something like that. Probably like 30 seconds. And then it's much easier because then it'll just stick right away. There we go. But now I'm realizing I probably cut it too short. Okay, now we have our little patterned ribbon. I mean, I will say that is pretty cool. That's fun. And now we have to somehow glue it. So I'm just going to, oops, cover this whole thing in glue. Just go all the way down with glue. There we go. And same thing, I'm just gonna give it a second and look ahead. Looks like we are just gluing on the beads however we want. Yeah, so I guess you got to have some fun with this for the ornaments and just place all the beads where you want them. So we will add our little ribbon garland for our tree. Wrap this guy around. Can I get it across to that one? That way it'll glue a stick to it. Okay, I don't know which the front will be. If I like tuck it in, I kind of like that side. There we go, something like that maybe. Honestly, they're all cute. So the beads we are using, are we also doing star beads? No. We are doing these little guys, I think. Yes. So we have these little beads. So let's dump these guys out. It's saying 6 of them. So I don't want to use too many. So let's do 6. 5 of these here. And 1 more. So we have 2 beads extra. I don't know if these are being used, like it just gave extra ones, or if we're going to be using them. And then this is for the star on top. And then we have our other bag of beads that has these giant ones over here. And it's all of these guys. A whole lot of yellow in this. I think these other beads are supposed to be, like, there's a darker yellow. Like, these are technically 2 different colors. So this is a darker than this one. But in the instructions, it looks like it's green. Or like a white. See, it's like green, red, and yellow. So I don't know what's going on. There's a weird printing of those. So we are going to randomly put these on, I guess. Let's just get going with it. And this is where I might switch glues. No. Never mind, this one's working. This is sometimes when I end up using the Aleene's glue. For some reason, I find that this one just like, for some reason has trouble with like small things, but that worked great. So we will carry on with that. And this is where, like, in theory, you get creative. But then I end up discovering that I don't like the unevenness of things. So I'm going to try and keep it random and uneven. But we will see. I have never actually decorated a tree. So we are eyeballing it. But I feel like if I did, I would have it very even. Or as even as I can get it. It's not like I'm good at this, just more like, whoop. As close to even as visually acceptable. So I'm just alternating random beads. It's kind of fun, different directions of them. And let's put another big yellow one. Go with the lighter yellow. Y'all can't really see the difference. Honestly, I can barely see the difference, so. And then let's do a red one here. Yeah, we don't do Christmas trees. So I grew up Jewish, so I never did a tree growing up. And then my husband's family does a tree. But we don't do one. Like, he's never cared, so we just don't. I think they're pretty, but it's not something I've ever done. And then I will get ornaments for my mother-in-law. And then the story I was telling last time was how we now secretly put an ornament on her tree just to mess with her. So that's a fun thing we do, which I'm realizing we now need to find another ornament for her tree this year to mess with her. So I will have to keep on the lookout for a fun ornament. Oh no, this one is stuck to my finger. So that is something else that happens with this glue. Is it's so sticky that it gets on my fingers. And I'm gonna wipe all of this off. Do y'all have your trees set up? Is it, well, I don't know if y'all are in the States or not. Olivia, I know you're in Sweden, but I feel like all of the lights in our neighborhood went up on Thanksgiving Day. Because everyone has their lights now. And you can see everyone's trees through the window and everything. Which is fun, because I'm a big fan of all the holiday lights. Put it up on Halloween. Nice. You're one of those people. I am very much of the approach that it's like Thanksgiving is where I feel like it is acceptable to start putting up a tree. I'm a huge Halloween fan, so I'm like, no, leave Halloween for Halloween. But I get it, to each their own. Okay, I feel like this might need more yellow here. So let's put one down here. And I don't think I'm gonna end up using all the beads, which is fine. Put yours up the day before Thanksgiving. Actually, I will say, because like then you have it for Thanksgiving, like with everyone over and all that, and that can look fun. So I get it, yeah. Basically like Thanksgiving time, I'm like, that is acceptable. Which I'm now realizing the holiday music is gonna be starting, which I am not a fan of. Oh gosh. Please don't hate me, but I can't do all the holiday music. There are like 2 songs that I like, and the rest, please turn it off. And now we have the star. Yeah, so I'm not using all of the beads, but that is fine. Swirl that on top. And we can put the little star on the tree. Let's see, can I balance nicely? Nope. Why would I be able to do that? There we go. Come on. Come on. I guess we have to decide what the front is. Maybe this. That looks nice. Though we're not even going to be able to see this from the outside. So this is very much one of the things of enjoy the process, because we're not going to be able to see this tree at all. Like you can't even see it on the box. You have to look for it on the box. This is going inside the gingerbread house, and you can't even see inside the gingerbread. Like you can barely see inside that gingerbread house. So this kit is very much for the enjoyment of making it. There we go. There's a little tree. And I'm going to save these beads. Beads I do save, because I feel like beads you can use for anything. So those will get saved. And I need to figure out some sort of organization for some of these bits and bobs that are left over. Because there are like other kits that have like bigger pieces. So there was one that I just finished, which was a whole Japanese street scene that was all cherry blossoms and stuff. And so I made a bunch of these little cherry blossom trees. And so there are a bunch of like little ones like this size that actually still look like a tree. So I'm keeping those because those look cute. So now I, though, need to figure, I forgot what the point of what I was saying. I need to figure out how to organize all these like random itty bitty leftover things. Okay, so next up we are doing box and bag. Okay, oh, we're assembling little boxes. Okay, so we've got all of these super thin pieces of paper, so that's fun. Amazing. Love how that is with tiny pieces of paper. Delightful. I don't know why this is not in thick piece of paper, especially if we're folding. So, interesting choice of material here. But let's pop all these guys out. And carefully bring that out. And I guess that's also, so with the whole like Christmas after Thanksgiving, that was the idea with this kit. I'm like, now that it is after Thanksgiving, it is socially acceptable to me to start doing like the Christmas themed stuff. So that's like the gingerbread house and stuff. I'm like, now I feel okay doing it. So they arrived on Tuesday and I was like, well, I could go live like on Wednesday, but I'm like, but that's still before Thanksgiving, so I don't wanna. So that's why we're doing it now. And this just got punched out, so I'm gonna put that to the side so I do not lose it. We also need F3. We've got little bows here. Those are gonna go on top, it looks like. So let's get those guys out. Okay. You'd use tweezers for placing those small parts. Yeah. Yeah. I would agree. That would definitely be an option. I end up getting glue all over myself, but that makes a lot of sense. Yes, I would agree with that. I kind of forget that tweezers are an option because for me, I prefer the tactility of using my hands. I think that's what helps, but in some situations I'll remember tweezers, or even like actually a toothpick has helped me a lot for like pushing stuff into place. Not for this because it's like on top of stuff, but sometimes using a toothpick to slide stuff into place is great. And yes, exactly. So you don't get covered in glue and then all of these little bits and bobs are stuck to you the whole time. Agreed. Oh, that's so fun. Hello Kitty coloring book. Or you just drew it. I'm reading it. I don't know why or where I read coloring book. Yeah, I can't draw. Kudos to you. That's so fun. And let's get these bows all made. There we go. Okay, so we have our bows, and now we are folding these super thin boxes. Awesome. Oh, that's okay. At least they perforated it, so it is going to be very easy to build. I thought I was going to have to manually fold all of these. I'm so used to the not as good kits as of late. Like, oh my goodness, this is so much better. This makes it so easy that it's already perforated. Look at how easy that is. Amazing. And now, what parts do we glue? We add glue to, looks like this part up top here. And so we'll start with that. That goes down here. I assume this slides in, right? Slide that in. There we go. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Holy cow. It's like an actual little box that you would make. How stinking cute is that? And then the sides, how do I do this? This is glue on these flaps like that. You don't like instructions? That's fair. Just in general, just in life, just do your own thing. Yep. Love it. And then these slide. How am I doing this? Okay, these pieces fold in. The sides fold in. This gets folded over and slides in like that. Look at that. And now we have our last little piece here that slides in, and we have our little box. If I can stick it there. There we go. And that's our little box. So cute. And then our little bow sits on top. If I can find the bow that matches. Here it is. Though I think you can mix and match. I don't see why you can't mix and match the bows. I don't know how this is supposed to, does this fold? This folds. That makes sense. That makes it easy. Okay, so that folds. So then we can put glue onto this, like so. And then just stick this on like that. That's supposed to line up. Part of me is thinking that might line up. Maybe if I turn it the other way, will it line up? Sort of. Kinda. There we go. There's one little bow. Cute. King Lao miniature art. Basically, yeah, we're making like a little dollhouse. It's a little Hello Kitty dollhouse build that we're making. So there's our little gift number 1 there. Olivia, you're gonna go eat candy. What kind of candy though? Ugh, yes, I'm here for it. Love that. So we're gonna fold all of our sides in again. Get all these in, fold that over, fold this in, fold this in. And again, we are this side here. Hopefully this will go a little bit faster now that I actually know what I'm doing. And slide that in. I gotta say, this is so satisfying to make these little boxes. I thought it was gonna be a lot more difficult because of how thin the paper is, but it's actually really stinking cute. And then slide this under. That was a heck ton of glue. I'm actually gonna use, there's still some on my finger, so I'm just gonna wipe that on the other side. That was not enough, never mind. It's already dry on my finger. So let's add a tiny bit on that side and slide this in to get our second little package. A little gift box there. You get kits in school? What? That's so cool. That is not something that my school ever did. Not a thing. That's so fun. And now fold this guy over to add our little Hello Kitty bow. Realized I forgot to point that out, that of course the bows are Hello Kitty bows, because everything in this kit, if there is a bow, it's a Hello Kitty bow. Honestly, like, I'm surprised that the tree isn't like a Hello Kitty bow on top. That would have been stinking cute. I would have loved that. Now the other box, I don't know why I had us do 4. Oh, I think we're just making 4. Okay, so not all of them have bows. That's why. In Australia, well, that's why. Because Australia. Definitely jealous. That's really cool. Yeah, here in the States, not something that we get. And slide this in. Whoops, let's fold that over. And struggling here. Let's turn it around. Maybe that's why. It's because I'm going right-handed here. Or trying to go left-handed. Oh my goodness, slide in. There we go. Okay. I would have loved this to be in thicker paper though. I still would have preferred that. I don't know why this is super thin. And fold those in, flip this over, slide it in. Lily, are you talking to me or King Lao? If it's to me, I mean, the instructions definitely make sense. I am just not reading them. So if it's to me, that's where we're at. I mean, you can see the instructions. So it's like pretty stinking clear on my end. And we have our last bow to put on this box. That's so cool. Welcome. My friend just came back from Kenya. and had an amazing time. So I got to hear all the stories from Africa. They didn't make it down to South Africa though, or over to South Africa. And our last, I didn't even show this. Here is our other little one. It's got a stringy there. Move that out of the way. For our third box, and now our last box here. This one does not get a bow. So I'm guessing that this one's gonna be like stacked underneath the others. We will have to wait and see for how it's all assembled. Still a mystery, but for now, we can at least make this last little box here. Aww. I wonder if those kits were just to like keep y'all occupied, you know? Like, we don't care how it is. I just don't want to deal with the students yet. Or students yet. That's what that gives me. Like how in the States, you just watch a movie for the day because the teacher doesn't want to do anything. That's giving similar vibes of like, here's this kit. I don't know. Don't talk to me. Figure it out on your own. I still would have loved to have done that. I'm sure it would have been fun to still play with, you know? And then slide that in. And we have our last little box. As it's still stuck to me. There we go. Okay. Yay! Okay, so what we've built today are our little gift boxes, our little presents here. Got our 4 little presents, got our Christmas tree, our chair, which I really like how this came out. That's so fun, and it's actually made of felt. So cute with the pillow and everything on it. Can you all even see that? There we go. Can't see where I'm showing stuff. So we have our little chair. We have our table with the cutest little beverage and cookbook on it. There's that. And then the first thing we made was the fireplace with some more little presents and the stockings and everything. And this already has some wiring and lights in it. But yeah, I think we are going to pause here. This is a good stopping point, and it looks like next time we are going to get started on the batteries, the battery box, but then get more into it and do more of the assembly. So we will see how long this takes. We're definitely going to do at least one more session, TBD whether it will be 2 sessions. I'm not really sure. Last time it ended up just being 2, though I probably could have split it up into 3, but we shall see. TBD whether it's going to be tomorrow. Still not sure of my plans 100% tomorrow. So subscribe and do the notification bell so that you definitely get notified for when I go live next. And yeah, give this a like if you've been enjoying the video. The link to this kit is in the description. You can use my code abcrafty for 15% off. So I have it here. The website is handscraft, like handscraft.com. And right now they are doing a Black Friday sale, making everything 20% off. Unfortunately, my code doesn't stack, but you got 20% off at least. So all good stuff. And yeah, we will pause here and enjoy the rest of y'all's day. And I will see you all next time. Thanks so much for joining. Take care.